Hello everyone, T-Man978.
Chill Comparison Review.
This time it's Cubex Huff versus Bad Cubes Huff. Let's see which one is better. You decide in the comments. And at any point you can click the little eye up there, touch your screen, or click on your screen. You'll see that eye, and you get to vote on which one you like best. Let's start things out fully head to head. This Huffer has more of a G1 toy and cartoon accurate look as far as the cab. Right here they went with a more modern Masterpiece style, where they went with a more realistic vehicle. Like Bumblebee looks like a regular Volkswagen and not his toy self, and he looks like a regular truck cab. This one's a bit lighter, whereas this one is a little bit more darker orange, and I believe that is more toy and cartoon accurate right there. Up front and center, we see that this one has a little bit more detail in the cab, whereas this one's more muted, which would be in line with the cartoon accurate stuff as far as Masterpiece nowadays. They both have transparent headlights. This one has an almost too transparent windshield where you can see completely in there and see that there's no seats or anything, whereas this one's a little bit darker and hides the stuff. If you look hard, you can tell that there are no seats in there, but this one does a better job at hiding that fact that there are no seats in there. Back here, this trailer hitch looks a little bit more realistic than this one back here. I mean, this one does a good job, but also the whole overall feel of this toy is better because it includes diecast. Almost all the rear right here is diecast, and the trailer hitch is diecast, where there's no diecast at all in this figure, which is unfortunate because that makes this one feel way cheaper by comparison. Here's what you're working with in the back. There is a bit of a breakup right here in the mold, whereas not so much prevalent over here, which is better. And they do both incorporate their weapons inside of the transformation, which is cool. This one is more like a gas tank or fuel tank. It sits in the middle mostly to cover up the fact that there's hollowness. And this is the trailer hitch. The trailer hitch right here is up high enough to carry Optimus Prime's trailer. Whereas this one you have to bring this up, rotate this forward, curve this down, and force this into place. Now you have this odd looking situation right there. Bringing up trailer hitches, they are both capable of carrying the trailer, like I mentioned. This Huff can only turn about that much before bumping, but it's completely carrying it, and you can even lift it and it stays connected right there. This Huff can carry it as well, but he has even less range of motion, and the attachment doesn't stay quite well. It's quite flimsy, and it makes me nervous. This thing is on loan to me, by the way, from Extra Zero. Thank you, Extra Zero. He's scared and terrified that I'm going to break it because they don't produce this anymore. We can't put the trailer away that quick. Cubex Huff can just fit right in there easily, just like most other Masterpiece cars, which is cool. Bad Cubes Huff, not quite so much. Look at that. If you're really pressed, though, you could just set him in here, put this over top of him, and boom, he's in there. And here is your Optimus Prime comparison right there. So do you like that? You like that? There you go. On the other side, they were able to cover his head up with the transformation they went with, but they didn't go with that right here. I mean, you can rotate the head around if you want to, and now it's out of the way. You'll see this more in robot mode, but like I said, they both incorporate their weapon storage. This one has part of the weapon right here and the rest of the weapon inside. It was able to fold up and fit in there. This is just one weapon, but he actually comes with another bonus bigger weapon. Unfortunately, there is no way to store this. I mean, if you're clever, you can wedge it up underneath here and get away with that, but I'm not going to do it. I'll just keep it to the side. Now, all this empty space inside of them, if you lift this up, you can take a human or two and make them pilots. There are no seats, unfortunately, so they will just be flailing around in there. And this is what you're working with them actually seated in there with it shut. Now, because I don't want to risk breaking this toy, you can get these people in there. That's how big they are compared to him. But it's too much work. I have to open this panel up, pull the hands apart, half transform this panel right here to get the weapon out, and then shove them in there, and then put the hands back in. Yeah, you get the picture, so that's what you're working with there. Overall, in my opinion, I like the feel of this one way better. This is way flimsy feeling, and I think they were charging $100 for this at the time. It is not a $100 toy. That was highway robbery. So I like the feel of this one, but I like the look of this one. So that tears me, and I know that would tear you. Here they both are in their robot modes, and here's where the lines get blurred a little bit and they get a little bit more evenly matched. There are some improvements over the older design, and you'll see them as I go over it, but let's form their weapons. Here's a little piece that was inside of this guy. So now what we need to do is straighten this out till it basically clicks into place. Take this trailer hitch, fold that in, and go ahead, and the longer side is the actual handle. Go ahead and slot that into place. And now he has a little rifle to hold. And his hands are basically like Chug style hands, even though they do open up. The fingers open up, and it looks like that basically. All the fingers open up, but you don't even need to open up the hands. You just slot it in place, and there you go with that. Now here is this little thing. Since Huff is supposed to be an engineer, this looks like a little welding tool to me. But instead of having a little slot hands, he has bigger fingers than this dude. His arms are significantly bigger a little bit. Not massively, but they are bigger, and the hands are definitely bigger. He has the Masterpiece style gun with the little tabs on the side that clip into the hand. I kind of rather it be like the Chug style, because Bumblebee doesn't even need to do that, and he's a mini-bot. But he also has the added bonus of having this weapon right here, which I'll show him holding later. Now, this one overall in robot mode, there is no paint on the legs, and the bright color makes it feel more toy-y. I can't explain it unless masterpiece-ish, but I like the darker plastic on this one. Now this has some nice paint, and you do have to worry about paint chipping. I don't like that too much. I guess this will probably be the same thing, because this is painted as well. So if you rub it the wrong way, you will have to worry about that. As far as their faces, and you see the blues are different. I don't even need to go into that. Neither one of them truth really be told, comes with an Autobot logo. So we both added those logos to our figures. Their faces are highly similar, but this one has more of a dark tinge around the eyes, which is cartoon accurate, but I have no problem with this face not having it, which is okay. The head lifts up on a little hinge. It only goes up that far right there, and it can rotate all the way around if you make it, but it's not a lot of range in that neck right there, whereas this guy is on a ball joint, and he can tilt left and right and be more expressive, and he can look down and he can look up a lot. What they did with the backpack kibble, they were able to condense his backpack up to give him a flatter look, more streamlined look. Like, in fact, they're the same height, but this backpack makes him look a little bit taller, which is weird. Their arms are very similar in their design and their posability. Like, this one can bend up that much. They both have this little thing right here that moves in and out of the way. But there you go right there. I think this one could probably bend a little bit more, but you have to play around with this double joint. But I think that's all he's working with. The shoulder design altogether. On the cartoon, his shoulders weren't up to the top. They weren't human anatomically correct. They were kind of low, just like the G1 toy. He has that going for him over here in that design, whereas this one is a more natural shoulder design right there, like more humanoid. They both have waist joints. This one unfortunately has a pen going through it because of the way his head hides away. Hips. This one has an advantage. His hips go up to here, stop, go back a decent amount, and they come out to the side all the way, but it's a little weird little hip joint right there. He has thigh rotation, and he has double jointed knees, basically, so he can get way more than 90 right there. Ankle pivot that much. His toe can bend forward. The heel can't really rock forward, but it does rotate due to transformation. And this heel spur can come out like that if you want, or you could keep it up like this. Honestly, I like it like that because you can still stand up, and that's cool. Now, this one, the hips kick up really high, like higher than 90 degrees. And if you tilt him out this way, he can get his leg up all the way. And of course, you got rotation there. You can kick all the way back, all the way out to the side. Knees are only there. I'm going to do a skull face and give it to him and say that's 90. The ankles rotate. They're on a bit of a ball joint, so they can go back and forth like that. And his ankle pivot is that much right there. One thing I don't like about this one, since this is die cast and painted, the foot doesn't necessarily match that. It doesn't match. Let me just say it right here, right now. So, I don't know. They're kind of evenly matched as far as robot mode, but like I said, this one feels better because it's die cast, but there's a definite lack of paint, and this bright color might be a little bit off-putting to you. This is a darker color. Maybe you like that darker color, so it is definitely hard to decide on who's better. Here's Bad Cube Huff with his gun, and of course he can hold this little handle here if you want. So there you go, that. They're both good at posing. Of course, naturally. So they both have their strengths, and they both have their weaknesses. Like I said, the main problem I have with this one, especially at the handle on this one first, is he definitely feels cheaper. And his neck range of motion is not the same. But the last thing I need to talk about is their face changing gimmicks. Well, actually, he has another accessory. He doesn't have a second gun, but he does have another accessory besides his face. I guess this would be a more cartoon accurate look right here, but they also include this face right here, which has a little chin on it. So maybe he looked like that on the cartoon sometimes, but it's basically the same gimmick, and there are no real panel lines in the cheek. That's the major difference there. But he has nice blue paint in the eye, so that's going for him. Unfortunately, you have to unscrew the back of his head to get that on, and I am lazy. That's why I'm showing you this in my hand. This one, on the other hand, though, doesn't have that problem. All you got to do is lift his head up, grab him by the chin, pop the face off, and here's what you're working with. And now you pop this face on, and he has a totally different expression, which is awesome. Like, you can pretend he's really mad shooting at somebody, or maybe he's getting shot down and he's screaming out in pain, like I mentioned in his review. Now, the last bit of accessories for this guy are these chug-like hands, or generation style hands. They don't open up. They just stay closed, and the gun can fit in there. Let me show you all this. The gun just slots in there, just like a Generations figure, and it stays tight, like way tighter than his opening hands. To get these hands on, they are on a little mushroom peg, but you have to, once again, unscrew his arm to get to that, and guess what? T-Man ain't doing that. He ain't doing that at all. Here they are against the only official Takara Tomy mini bot right there. So that's how they scale right there, which I believe is accurate depending on the scale. They were like a head above Bumblebee on the chart. Now here are some other varying size classes. That's the first Autobot car right there. And there's an unofficial car of a taller car. And then Grimlock right there. As you can see, he massively towers over everybody. So, at the end of the day, you can't go wrong with either one of these. But what's your opinion? Which one do you like better? I'm not going to tell you my opinion. I definitely do have one I like more. Maybe I'll mention it in the comments after a week or something. But like I said, click the little information button up there, the little eye, and you can vote on who you like better. And you can also, of course, put it in the comments. So, if you like this video, let me know you like the video by clicking the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Until next time, T-Man978. Click the notification bell also. T-Man978 out of here. Thank you for watching.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.